morning, everyone. God bless you all. So I marked out, each session and my targets and highs, and I'm noticing that Nasdaq broke structure to the downside on the 4-hour, but yes, it just has a bullish candle. We didn't break structure yet to the downside, so we could potentially close above this high and not break structure yet. Above this low. Or we could actually break structure on this candle. So I'm hoping we could break structure and yeah, we could take out some lows. Finally move down instead of up. But I do have Asia high and London high targeted. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. I would want to take out London high and Asia high, but we broke structure to the downside on the 4-hour. So I feel like that's kind of cooked. I do want to see a revisit though, because up to these highs, I want a liquidity sweep. It could, oh, market's open, didn't pay attention. So we took out these highs just now. Yeah, we just took out these highs. But this would be, I think this would be the new high. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm gonna need some targets. I'm trying to find some targets, but I'm not trying to overextend myself or anything. Look for some crazy target. I'm not trying to do that. Today might just be a short day because we're super close to these targets right here on Nasdaq, and I would want to take shorts on Nasdaq because we're confirmed to be bullish. To be bearish because we have a 4-hour break of structure. Today could be a really easy day. We come back to this would just be equilibrium, I guess. I think it depends on how this closes actually, because we got the 1-minute breakdown, but we need the 5-minute break structure. We need a break structure on the 5 minute, and then get the revisit, which would be the 1 minute breaker structure. And right now, I think we're a little too early. We just inverse this gap to the upside. I don't want to respect this gap, especially because we're like super close to the draws and liquidity. Not on ES, but on NASDAQ. And if we're not aligned, then that just gives opportunity for SMT, and then the charts aren't moving the same. And I'm not trying to deal with that. So we just took out liquidity here. We do have a 15-minute break structure on NASDAQ. And on ES, right here, we broke structure. This could be liquidity sweep. Like, we take out lows and continue higher, but I just feel like we shouldn't continue higher at all because our 4 hour is bearish, and so is our 1 hour. I mean, maybe we want hourly equilibrium. That's a possibility. Let's see. So we take out these lows. That's our minute breakdown. This right here would be our 1 minute breaker structure to the upside. Our 15-minute is bullish on both. I would have to see confirmation from the 5-minute. This is equilibrium for the hourly. We're getting our 1 minute confluences, but we haven't gotten a 5-minute confluence yet. We didn't break structure to either side yet. And it's only 9:36. I don't want to rush anything. And our 4 hour is kind of like, it's bearish on the 4 hour, but on the 1 hour we're going up. We're still bearish though, because we broke structure down. We have not broke structure up, so this could just be a revisit. But on the 15, bullish on the 15-minute and the 1 hour, bearish on the 4 hour. But I think this just might be revisit. So we officially just now took out pre-market high on NASDAQ, not yet on ES, but I feel like we will. ES just took out pre-market highs. The only thing that I could say right now that isn't looking too good is the fact that we could potentially make a low right here, and then all the way down here would be breaker structure. And if we break structure all the way down here, then my revisit would be after coming all the way down, having to come up to hit equilibrium and then continue lower. But I don't know if market would want to do that, especially after coming down, having to come all the way down. I'm just not too sure. In a perfect world, it would be like we close this candle as a down candle as well, so that our most recent low is still this one. But I mean, on ES it's not a problem because this low is still higher than this one. But on Nasdaq, our low is way below. So no breaker structure yet. I'm just waiting for market to show me what it wants to do. If we're gonna break structure on the 5-minute up and continue higher, even though I wouldn't want to take longs, like yes, I want to take longs to take out London high, but we're bearish on the 4-hour, so it's like I don't really want to go against it. ES has 18 minutes left, and we didn't take out anything, but I mean besides this low, but that was already taken up by this candle. Yeah, so we didn't take out any draws in liquidity on the 4-hour time frame. We might have taken out like 1-hour lows. I mean, we took this out, these out right here. Almost took those out. Let's see. We did take out hourly lows. Maybe that's all market wanted. But I don't know. And I think I should take this trade on ES only because it was more bullish. It didn't even have a 4-hour break of structure yet. But just looking at this, it's like, yeah. I mean, we inverse this 4-hour gap on both. Oh, never mind. We don't have a 4-hour gap on Nasdaq. Let's see if we could maintain this break of structure and then get a revisit and then continue higher. This gap right here, inverse this, and then we could either inverse up or break a structure up, and then I'll enter longs. We got orange folder news at 10. Well, we ended up putting a higher low, and we haven't inversed this gap yet, so just waiting and seeing. Just waiting and seeing. I'm just gonna continue to be patient and wait for market to come to me. Even if we don't get a revisit, it's whatever. I mean, yes, it sucks. It would suck, but I mean, I can't do nothing about it, so I'm just waiting for market to come to me, inverse this gap, break structure down, and then show me that it wants to continue higher by breaking structure back to the upside. And that would be my trade for the day. Hope right now ES is just moving up and up. Literally just took out that high. But I mean ES is staying like relatively close down here, but Nasdaq is moving up and up. It just took out the high. Look, Nasdaq just broke structure to the upside, and Nasdaq was the one with the 4-hour breaker structure to the downside. So that's crazy. Boom. Nasdaq is still well above. I need this to break structure or inverse the gap, one or the other. Also, I want Nasdaq to be the same. So we didn't inverse the gap or break structure. At least yet. We're so close to the breaker structure or inverse. We just need the candle right here, or just outside of this fair value gap. I think we filled the fair value gap. Yeah, we filled it. Right? 175, 175. But now that Nasdaq is like the more bullish, it's like, okay, I'll take a bullish trade on the more bullish index, but we haven't gotten any revisits. Nasdaq is above this high, while on ES we're below the high. That's ES and this is Nasdaq. Oh nice, this would be break structure right here. Hopefully we could also break structure on ES, because filling the fair value gap is somewhat, like, it's something. It's not inversing it though, so nice. Broke structure on ES and on Nasdaq, nice. So now all we need is the break structure to the upside, which would be this right here. So hopefully we can get it. Unless we don't want to go any higher, and that was just our revisit, and now market actually wants to continue lower. So we could continue higher because we grabbed these draws on liquidity. Where? We'll just on the 1 hour daily. actually does want to be bullish, or that was just our revisit, and now we're gonna take out these draws in liquidity. I could take that gap away because we don't need it no more. If we inverse this to the upside, nice. Let's see what the 5 minutes looking like. So we disrespect the equilibrium, and we completely fill this fair value gap. So yesterday, I didn't enter because I was still looking for longs. And that could potentially be happening now. We didn't inverse this gap yet though on NASDAQ, our 5 minute fair value gap. So that could be us just, or we completely filled it. We didn't inverse it yet though. So let's see. We disrespect equilibrium on ES. But that could be because NASDAQ is going down, so ES also. Or we're actually moving down. So let's see if we could break structure and actually inverse this gap right here. We got the 1 minute break, but I need a 5 minute confluence to show that we're actually going in a certain direction. So like, if we get a 1 minute break of structure to the upside, but our 5 minute hasn't broken structure to the upside, then I have to wait for that 5 minute candle to, you know, show me that we're actually gonna continue lower. And it's not just 1 minute manipulation. But if we inverse this gap, then yeah, I feel like we are definitely gonna continue lower. And maybe we could get a breaker structure because it's not too far from where ES is right now. But we're starting to move back up. Let's see. I'm willing for either direction. In 3 minutes, our candle will close, and if it's a breaker structure, then beautiful. Just mark it out so I know. Well, we didn't disrespect it yet. Yes, we did disrespect it. That's why I moved it to see if we're just getting a move up to then continue lower, or if we're actually going higher. But NASDAQ respected it. So see if we inverse this gap. Could potentially take longs here. Let's see. So we're back into inside this gap. Let's see. Nasdaq is looking bullish, but this could have just been potential like revisit. I'm not too sure right now. I was hoping that it closed down here so that we could target these lows. I feel like that would have just been easier. Have both indexes align. But as of right now, ES is looking bearish and Nasdaq's looking bullish. And boom, now we have a 4-hour break of structure. Do we get like a break structure up though? Doesn't look like it. And we didn't get a break up in Nasdaq either. If we're gonna continue lower, I want it to be done properly. We don't even have a 5-minute break of structure yet. So it's like, damn. Or inverse. I really want to see ES break structure right here. Maybe we could wick equilibrium and then we could continue lower, because now we have our 4-hour break of structure on both indexes, so we should be bearish for sure. You closed all the way down here under our most recent low. So let's get break structure, equilibrium, and then break back down. Target these lows right here. Target pre-market low. I'm not gonna put it here because the candle that should be blue candle is like just a wick. So I'm gonna play safe and put it up here. We made equal lows on Nasdaq. So we didn't break structure up yet. That wick is crazy. Just pulled it all the way down. Fair value gap. We didn't get our break of structure to the upside though. So it's like, damn. I'm not too sure what I should do. Because we could very well just break structure and continue lower, and then that would be my trade, but like that would be the trade that I would take, but I just wouldn't be in it because I didn't get my confluences for my entry. And at that point, if I enter, I'm just gambling. I'm not getting in off a strategy or, you know, confluences. It's just basically guessing and gambling. So I'm just gonna wait, see if my confluences get fulfilled, or, you know, if I see what I want to see, I'm gonna get it. If I don't, then I'll just wait till tomorrow. I'm really trying to, what's the word? I'm really trying to enforce my psychology and my rules. And see, we might break structure now. Trying to stay disciplined. I don't want to force anything. Because say I took a trade without my confluences one time and it works, then I'm gonna get used to like that gambling trading, and that's not how you win trades. And I'm trying to win as many trades as possible. We wicked past these highs, but we did not break structure. If we break structure off of the wick, that could potentially be a confluence, like to show that orders are filled from taking that high instead of breaking structure. Nasdaq didn't look the high though. Did we break structure? I mean, did we inverse? 18725. I think yeah, we did. Yeah, okay. So we inversed the gap. Nice. We have a gap right here. I don't like that Nasdaq is like consolidating its candles right here. Do not like that at all. Also, we're pushing way past equilibrium. I don't know what we're doing up here. Well, we gotta break a structure to the upside, but it's like, are we actually continuing higher? Market is kinda confusing me right now. The only way I'm gonna feel bullish is if we actually inverse this gap and we break structure on the 5-minute, but we just inverse the gap to the downside. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for our break structure to the downside. I feel like market is literally making me switch my bias too much. I mean, we still didn't get our 5-minute break structure down to flip all this up movement. We haven't gotten a 5-minute break structure down. We did get inverse for value gap, so that's kind of the only thing holding me bearish. Also, the fact that we haven't inversed this gap yet. This is what I need to continue lower, or to enter into shorts. This is what I need to enter into shorts. seconds. Seconds. Alright, 5-minute inverse, 5-minute break structure. See what happens if we inverse this gap and break structure. Or if market even wants to give me any confluences, because we kind of just been moving back and forth this entire time. It could very much not give me any confluence and just continue higher, which would suck, but can't really do anything about it. Wow. So in the beginning of this, I was bearish, and then bullish, and then bearish, and then bullish. Literally just flipping back and forth. Because our high time frame, the 4-hour, tells us that we're bearish. The 1-hour also tells us that we're bearish. 15-minute says we're bullish. And 5-minute, as of right now, says we're bullish. Let's just see if we get confluences to confirm one direction. Right now, market is just manipulating. We're going up for a little bit, then we're going down for a bit. Then we're going up, then we're going down. But it doesn't stay consistent with the direction that it wants to go in. We haven't taken out any draws on liquidity yet, like London high or those hourly, I think it was 15-minute lows that I marked. So let's see. We were about to break, we were about to inverse the gap, and then we just closed just tiny bit before actually inversing it. And I'm gonna take longs on Nasdaq because it's the more bullish, or not that it's more bullish, but it's closer to these highs that I've marked. This 5-minute high and then London high. It's closer. This is crazy. My buy is just flipping. But what can you do? We actually got a good confluence now. Breaker structure. We didn't get our 1-minute inverse yet. I mean, this is a confluence respecting the gap. But as you can see, I don't know if I want to enter off the respect of it. I want to enter off the disrespect. Oh, I want to enter after we disrespect, and then we disrespect again. So we're going bullish, we disrespect it, and then we disrespect the bearish. Nice. Well, we inverse the gap on both, which is beautiful. Now I want us to disrespect this bearish movement and come up. if that happens, because we get one confluence away from me entering, and then market just decides to switch where it wants to go. So it's just manipulating, and I will not fall for it. I'm gonna wait till all my confluences present themselves to me, and then at that point I will enter into a trade, but I'm not rushing anything. Man. Fair value gap. No gap on NASDAQ, unfortunately. So we would just have to wait for a break of structure. Yeah, I'm only gonna do one entry. This is too much for two. 132. Yeah, it's gonna be like more than 1200, which is crazy. Yeah. Now you see, I'm coming all the way down here. Market is really manipulating today. The only thing that makes me want to take two entries is that, well, I explained this in the last video, but I want to be able to. Hold on. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I explained in the last video, but two entries is just, it's riskier, but at the same time it's like safer because you get to secure profit. But on NASDAQ, that's just it's difficult for me to do two entries or two contracts, because it's just way more of a risk. But on ES, it's like, it's not that much because every tick on NASDAQ is like worth more than ES. Or like the ticks are just way bigger. Like off this break structure to this low, it's 162. But this break structure down here is 38. Like, come on. Also, we inverse the gap on ES, which is good. We could potentially break structure with this candle right here. Let's see though. Let's see if that happens. We did inverse on ES though. So ES is ready. Let's just take this out. What would this be? 163, bruh. Oh my gosh. I don't want to risk that much. Like 163 is 8, yo. Like, see, you see my problem with NASDAQ. I gotta be willing to lose so much. Also, why are we coming back down after inversing this gap, man? completely disrespect equilibrium. Disrespect equilibrium. This is just like, I don't know. This is just crazy. Maybe we wanted a lower. I mean, it's still a higher low at the end of the day. It's still higher than this low. So is this. So I mean, alright, but I want clean chart work, which means respecting equilibrium. We made a fair value gap that we could inverse. Let me just mark it. So if we inverse this, then that would be my confluence for entering to long. Like, just looking at this makes me feel like, why would I ever take longs? But market's just been on the lower time frame showing me that we want to go higher. Little broke structure here. We haven't broken structure to the downside yet. And on ES did we? Because we got our inverse up, but if we broke structure to the downside, then that's a confluence that we want to go lower. But we haven't. So we're moving lower without breaking structure. All I can say is interesting. This could potentially be the break structure right here. Broke structure on NASDAQ. I'm not gonna lie, this is like just crazy. Well, we broke 5-minute structure on NASDAQ. and we somehow respect it on ES. So now that throws off my entire confluence, because now that if we break structure up, we could potentially just do that so that when we break structure down again, we actually continue lower. But we didn't get a break structure up yet. So we already got our inverse up, which is the confluence that we needed, because we broke structure down, then we inversed up. So market should continue higher. Wow, Nasdaq broke structure down, I believe, somewhere. Here. This was our most recent low. Oh, no. Down, up. No. Yeah, I don't even remember where it was that we broke structure down. I just, yeah. I'm not even sure anymore. I think I erased it. ES got to move up. Now if we get to move down, that could potentially mean that we do want to move lower, so. Even though we didn't break structure, like on the 5 minute on ES, we just broke 1 minute. And we just broke 1 minute again. So honestly, I just feel like I should just take the shorts because we broke structure on Nasdaq. So I'm gonna enter here, take shorts. Target pre-market low. Maybe now we finally want to move in one direction, because we failed to move up. We broke down. Our 4 hour is bearish, and we've been failing to move up this entire time. So if we move up now, that would suck. Five-minute break structure. I just don't understand. We're breaking structure and then not continuing. Like, see, we broke structure up and then we just came down to break structure down, and that candle flip up is insane to me, and that might stop me out right now. I'm just gonna sit here and watch. I'm not gonna talk no more. See what happens. It might be over for literally right now. Yeah. Okay. So we broke structure down on Nasdaq on the 5 minute. Then we broke structure down on the 1 minute. We inversed that gap. Broke structure down, inversed the gap. Does that mean that we're actually going up this time? Meanwhile, Nasdaq just broke structure down. Market is all over the place. I'm getting manipulated, and it's pretty crazy. We broke structure up and we didn't go higher. Now we broke structure down and we haven't gone lower yet. See, I thought that meant that we were going lower because we got our move up already. Then that was our move down. So I thought that was, you know, a proper entry, but I guess market had other plans. Let's see. We don't have a move up on Nasdaq at all besides this, which isn't a break of structure or inverse for value gap. So I mean, I'm just not understanding. We just inversed on ES, this for value gap. The only confluence is that Nasdaq has the 5-minute break of structure and this 1-minute break to the downside, but let's see. We inversed up. We broke structure down and then inverse this candle up. Broke structure down. And this isn't a gap. 16250. 16250. See what happens. Normally, after breaking structure and then inversing a gap in the opposite direction, I would enter. But we have a 5-minute break of structure. Well, we just inverse this gap on Nasdaq, but we didn't get a break of structure up. I want to see this break structure right here, and I'll enter again for shorts. And I'm going to target the same thing, pre-market low, have my stop above this high. Well, if it decides to break structure. Whenever it decides to break structure on the high, I'm going to have my stop loss. Let's see. Nice, broke structure. But right now, trade is looking good. Five-minute break structure. I just really want full TP here, actually. Yeah. I'm just gonna wait. And if we don't hit full TP, but Nasdaq takes out these equal lows, then I'm just gonna close my position. Because I don't want to fall into like a SMT. That's like super close. Yes, we still got some distance. I just really want full TP actually. Come on, just push lower. Hit full TP. Please. It's the least you could do after all this terrible market work. Hit full TP? Yes. There we go. Full take profit. Thank God. Thank you, Jesus. Guys, nothing is possible without God. All this terrible market action. Boom. Full TP. On the head tops. Now that was 500 something, and the loss was like 3. So I'm up 2 on the day. Better than nothing. That loss sucked, but it's okay. Still up on the day. Let's go. Let's freaking go, man. Perfect way to, end it off. If it would load, this would like, holy, take forever. There we go. 253.86. How much was the loss? Yeah, 305 was the loss. 559 was the win. Let's go. Chopping this down. We're chopping this down. 2 more days left of the month. 30 more days of the week. Well, of the trading week. Let's freaking go. W. God is great always. Don't forget it. No matter what. Win, lose. God is great. Nothing's possible without him. So, we gotta say thank you, Jesus. he woke us up this morning. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.